I want to kind of zoom in on repetition because, okay, we've briefly touched on pain because of the office. But at various different times, certain types of comedy writing become hot, they become popular. And if you went in a time machine back to the 1950s, it would be all terrible plays on words, dreadful wordplay, puns. At the moment, it's about repetition. That's the tool that most comedy writers have zoomed in on and are hammering and hammering and hammering. Some would say it's a bit lazy. Some would say that the Little Britain script is copied and pasted from week to week. They come up with an idea, like Andy in the wheelchair. They copy and paste it through 13 episodes and they change it very, very slightly each week. But in doing that, in creating a format where we kind of know what's going to happen next, what happens? Why do we warm to shows where even though we know what's going to happen, it still makes us laugh? What's going on there? Because we should laugh at surprise. Something surprises us, it makes us laugh. So why do we laugh even though we know what's going to happen?
Because we're waiting for it to happen.
Anticipation. What else?
It's familiarity.
Bang. Familiarity is what it is all about. It makes us feel safe if we know what's going to happen next. And when we feel safe, we feel secure. And when we feel secure, we feel happy. And when we feel happy, we laugh. That is why comedy writers are using repetition so much, because they're making the audience members of their own little club. Harry Hill is saying, watch my show, you know exactly what I'm going to say next, you're going to be part of that, that's going to make you part of my club, and I'm more or less going to tell you when to laugh. When Harry Hill goes, fight, he's telling us to laugh at that point, and we do, like the slavering dogs that we are. It's almost like a form of hypnotism. Mackenzie Crook from The Office started as a stand-up, and I worked with him at that time, and he used to do a character called Cheeky Charlie Cheese, who was dressed up like a Butlins redcoat. And he used to virtually hypnotise the audience. He used to come on, and he used to say, we were expecting a party of people from Hull this evening, and they haven't turned up. So he used to pick on a table near the front, and he used to say, you guys, you're the party of people from Hull. So whenever I mention the word Hull during my act, you have to cheer. And then he would go over here, and he would chat away, and he would say Hull, and they would cheer. In other words, he was actually conducting the audience like an orchestra. And that's what repetition is actually doing. It's telling you when to laugh.